Welcome to Gearbulk's anti-bribery corruption policy. Today we will learn about our policies and practices in place to prevent and combat corruption. Corruption can permanently damage the reputation of a company, leading to material financial losses and substantial legal consequences. Moreover, it causes negative impacts to society as a whole, distorting markets and contributing to inequality. And not less importantly, corruption can lead to severe personal consequences. Do you know what is corruption? Corruption refers to unethical and dishonest behaviors aimed at gaining unfair advantages, securing favorable treatment, or avoiding adverse conditions, such as using gifts and favors to influence an authority. Unofficial payments required to provide a regular service, or avoid penalties, detentions, and undue delays. When someone tricks or lies to another person to obtain an advantage unfairly, or avoid adverse consequences. Taking the company's goods or funds for personal gain. Payments made in exchange for contracts with inflated costs. And undue requests made against threats to the health and safety of any individual. Be aware, hospitality and entertainment under business context and determined levels can be accepted, but they often serve to disguise corruption attempts. They can never be offered and accepted in exchange of unfair business advantages or influence. The amount spent on hospitality must be reasonable, and hospitality expenses in business context to Gearbulk's employees must be approved and covered by the company. Gifts should only be accepted if they are not over $100 in value, or in situations where refusal would cause offense. You may concede to a corruption attempt if it imposes imminent threat to the health and safety of anyone. But, as soon as if possible, you should call the emergency telephone, or the DPA to seek for advice. It is important to remember that corruption attempts are to be treated with severity, even if the value involved is small. Corruption can happen even if it doesn't involve public authorities, or if the wrongful act is merely suggested and does not come to pass. It is our ethical responsibility to combat corruption in all its forms, safeguarding Gearbulk's reputation, protecting individuals, and preserving the communities in which we operate. Gearbulk will always support any employee or crew member resisting corruption, even if this results in the loss of business. In our day-to-day, how to comply with the ABC policy. Do not offer, initiate, induce, request or concede to a request that implies any form of corruption. Reject requests that represent any form of corruption. Encourage other employees, crew and partners to do the same. Familiarize yourself in advance on how to react to corruption threats. And always report any suspicion, attempts or corruption that you witness. If you are not sure on what to do, ask your colleagues, manager, HR or Gearbulk's compliance committee for help. If you prefer, you can submit an anonymous report through our independent hotline available 24/7. If you are at sea, preparation before port calls and organization are crucial to keep you protected. Use the emergency phone to report corruption attempts, and always demand receipts for payments to third parties and port officials. Remember, Gearbulk is always by your side on the fight against corruption. Thanks for watching.